Justice with Judge Mablean will be life because in everything we do, it involves the law.
You came to court to testify about what you heard, what you saw, and what you know.
She's fair.
I don't have a hearing problem. This ear works good. This one works even better.
She's firm.
I'm not responsible for that ticket, and I'm not going to pay for it.
Who says you're not going to pay for it? I make that decision, not you.
She's honest.
What you have to say?
All I have to
Nothing.
say.
This is Justice with Judge Mablean. Jorge Winter is suing Tatiana Orlova in the amount of $2,800. Mr. Winter claims his ex-girlfriend refuses to return a promise ring that once belonged to his late mother, even though the defendant broke up with him.
Why do these girlfriend and boyfriends get into so many issues with each other and always want some money? This is a different kind of courting days going on. What's going on, Mr. Winter?
Your Honor, Tatiana and I met a few years ago. I was working as a talent agent, which I still do, representing models and actors. And I met her at a networking event and really fell for her. This beautiful, older, established Russian woman. It's true, I can't help it. I really fell for her. And we got pretty serious pretty fast. And within the first year, by the end of the first year, we were living together. So Valentine's Day comes around, and I'm really into her. Like, I wanted her to know that we were talking about kids and family. Like, it was getting serious. So I wanted her to know that I was serious. But I wasn't ready to, I didn't have the money, to be honest, to get her the kind of engagement ring that she would expect, okay? So in the meantime, I gave her a promise ring. The promise ring belonged to my late mother. It's a really sentimental object to me. And I gave it to her as a promise that, okay, so I'll give you this ring, and then if we get married, when I'm ready, or if I'm ready to propose and afford a more expensive engagement ring that she wants, then you'll give me back the promise ring. It was not an engagement ring. It was a promise ring.
So now, if we get married and I give you an engagement ring, you'll give me back the promise ring.
Now
tell me exactly the way what you said to her, because you stumbled on that.
Yes, I said, what if I give you this promise ring, which is so meaningful to me, so you know how serious I am. It belonged to my deceased mother. Okay, it's the last thing I have belonging to my dead mother. I gave it to her on a promise that we're going to get married.
On a promise of what?
Well, I promised to get engaged to her when I could afford a ring. Okay. She's the one who likes all the fancy, expensive stuff. I'm not like running out to get more expensive rings, believe me. But she was serious. We were talking about, having a family. She moved in with me.
So what happened?
She moved in with him. You know what? I just can't even. He makes no sense.
So you want the ring back or the money for the ring?
I would love to have the ring back. It's a sentimental ring. It belonged to my late mother. But if not, of course, I want the $2,800. I've been trying to find it for 2 years, but she disappeared.
Hold on a second. Stop. What is $2,800? You didn't buy the ring. It belonged to your late mother. So how did it cost $2,800?
Well, funny you should ask, Your Honor. Yeah, that's a great question.
Funny I should ask. I need to know the source of that.
Well, I'll tell you, it's because when I gave her the promise ring, she said, oh, why don't we go get it appraised? Which at first I thought, that's a little weird. Why does she want to get this sentimental object that I'm giving her appraised? Why does she need to know how much it's worth? Is she trying to, sell it or something? But I went along, I gave her the benefit of the doubt, whatever, we found out it was appraised at $2,800. So we both know exactly how much it's worth.
Okay, so you want the ring or the $2,800?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, go on.
Thank you so much. Thank you. This is the reaction that I got. I don't know what I'm doing here, and I don't know, 2 years after breaking up with the gentleman for cheating. Years? Yeah, it's been 2 years that we're not together. I've moved on, my career moved on, I'm happily engaged. Here he is.
So tell me what happened 2 years before you broke up.
Okay, 2 years.
You're here because he wants the ring or the money.
Well, it was a gift.
Okay, give me what happened.
Okay, what happened is we met at one of the events. We clicked right away. We had I really felt for him. He was a wonderful, wonderful, giving, generous guy. However, I wanted his career to grow. I wanted him to be on the same level with me. So I would.
What level were you on?
I was model. I was modeling all over the place. I was traveling all over the country for the photo shoots and events.
So how is he going to be on the same level with you? He's a talent agent.
He wanted to have better clients. So I would, wherever I would go network, I would bring him with me. But see, after the proposal, okay, so we've been a year together. He says I moved in with him. I moved in with him to help him, to help him financially. But for me to hear that she moved in with me like she's like homeless dog, that wasn't like that. That was
not
to
what he
help
said.
you.
That is
I know,
not what he said.
but
He
that's
said
what it sounded
I
like.
fell in love with her.
But that's what it
That's not
sounded
what he
like.
said.
Okay, well,
He said we were into each other and you moved in together.
that's not how he said it. He said she moved in with me.
Coming up on Justice with Judge Mablean.
We keep going out, and I see he's got that wandering eye. You know, as I said, you know, I'm a model. All my friends are models, and I go to network, and I bring him with me. And his eye is always, you know, checking girls up and down.
And later,
Is this your final design?
Yes, that I had made after she asked me to make it bigger once again and did not clarify what bigger meant.
Justice with Judge Mablean. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Jorge Winter, who is suing Tatiana Orlova for property loss.
Then Valentine's Day comes up. He pulled out the ring, and I hoped that he was gonna ask me to marry him. And he said that it's a promise ring until he gets an engagement ring. This is true.
A promise ring until he gets an engagement ring.
Yes.
And when he gets the engagement ring, you're to return the promise ring.
No, that has never been
Okay,
mentioned.
so then what happened?
We keep going out, and I see he's got that wandering eye. You know, as I said, you know, I'm a model. All my friends are models, and I go to network, and I bring him with me. And his eye is always, you know, checking girls up and down. And after he gave me this ring, I started noticing more and more. And then I ended up with
Started
a card.
noticing what more and more? His wandering eye?
More and more his wandering eye, yes. And then there was an event where I couldn't show up. He went by himself. He came home, and he smelled like perfume for French women perfume. I kind of dismissed the idea because all women wear perfume. I get it, and he mingles and hugs and kisses, whatever. And then the next morning is a laundry time, and I go into his jeans that he wore the night before, and there is a business card with a woman lipstick imprint on it and with the hearts all over it. That was the last straw that broke the camel's back.
And what did you do?
I packed up and I left.
But Your Honor, she left. She didn't want to get engaged. She pieced out. She just walked out with all her stuff and took my mother's ring, basically. Took that promise ring. She had no intention of getting engaged, Your Honor. The event in question, when she's talking about that she left, she just left our relationship with no words, nothing, just pieced out. When that happened, I was at a networking event. I work with models and actors. This is the nature of the business. I'm not sleeping with them. I'm not cheating on her. I'm just growing my business the way that she encouraged me. Exactly. She says, go to more networking events, build your client base. So I went and did it. And I left one number. It was like written old school on a piece of paper. Most of them were in my phone, but some person wrote it down on a piece of paper. And
With the lips on it?
Business card.
With
and it
the
had
lips
lipstick
on
on
it?
it. But is that all you saw was a business card with
business
lipstick
card
on it after he came from a networking event and that made you leave?
Yeah, but he was all covered with the perfume, and this
Your
is
Honor,
not the
she's a
first time. I
thief.
don't
She's a
think-
thief.
Hold on. Stop. You said he was covered with perfume because he was at a networking event of models and people in the industry,
Right.
a lot of women, and you're encouraging him to grow his business. You're introducing him.
But not by sleeping with them.
Stop talking to me. Stop talking. I'm talking. You're introducing to him to women that are at your level of modeling, and you say he hugs people when he meets them, so of course he's going to have the smell of perfume on him.
I was sick of it. I honestly was sick of it.
You've only told me about one instance.
I told you, I've been noticing on many occasions the way he checks women out.
Okay, so when you left, what did
there's
you
a
do?
saying hello like this,
Do you
and
know-
there's a saying hello looking straight at the cleavage.
Well, I'm going to tell
So
you
that's-
what I know is your eyes don't go blind and close just because you're in a relationship with somebody else. He's going to look at women, and if he's in the presence of a bunch of models and people of that nature, of course he's going to look at them. And what's wrong with that? You're looking at men. That's how you got connected to him.
Yes, but I have not.
'Cause you were looking.
I have not experienced any disrespect like that. with me. Even my ex was not, he did it, but he did
just
it
said
behind
your ex did
my
it,
back.
and that's why you don't trust men.
Yes, my ex cheated on me, but he did it behind my back, not in front of me, you know, checking women up like that, up and down. No, that's just disrespectful. And the card in his pocket with the kiss and the hearts all over
got it. But he promised
does
he
she
gave
really
you-
want to be does she really want to be an aspiring model, or does she want to sleep with him for being a model?
I don't know.
Or
Maybe
did
she
they
wants.
sleep
Maybe she
together?
wants to do what you did. Maybe she fell in love with him just like you did on first
Oh, to
sight.
get his
She was
ring, to get
enamored
his
by
mother's
him.
ring.
It doesn't mean that he did anything with her.
Well, it meant to me that he did something with her. To me, in my heart, I finally felt, you know what? I am sick of being betrayed, period. And I'm not going to give him a benefit of the doubt anymore.
Your Honor,
I
why
got
is she
up
talking
and I
about being
left.
betrayed and benefit of the doubt? I'm the one giving her a million benefits of the doubt because she's a thief. She's a con artist. She's taking nice
Yeah, I
guys like
found you
me
for 2
who
years.
she falls for
Oy
at these
vey.
networking
Oh my God,
events.
please,
She's just
just-
trying to take stuff.
Okay, I've had enough from both of you. I really have. He promised for you to hold that ring until he gave you an engagement ring. He didn't give you an engagement ring.
No. And
So
he didn't
give him
promise.
back his ring.
I don't have the ring.
Where is it?
It's been 2 years ago. Why is he hunting
Okay,
me down?
stop.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years.
Okay.
But it's a ring that
Okay.
you wear on your finger. I've
No,
been
I
wearing
don't.
this one about 30 years. Why don't you have the ring? Where is it?
I did not want it to have it as a ring, and I didn't want to give it back because it was a gift.
So where is
I
it?
made a necklace out of this. I made a pendant.
Where's the pendant?
The pendant is, my mother has a pendant. I flew to...
And now you gave it to your mom.
I gave it to my mom in Israel. Yeah, I flew for her...
In Israel?
Yeah, I flew there for her 65th birthday, and I gave it to her on her birthday. And she's wearing it every day, and she's happy with it.
So give him back $2,800, judgment for the plaintiff.
No way.
All rise.
Are you serious?
I'm very serious.
But-
Look at
Thank you,
my
Your
face.
Honor.
Judgment for the plaintiff. Defendant owes the plaintiff $2,800.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $2,800.
Honestly, I wish I had my mother's ring back. It would mean a lot more to me than $2,800, but I'm glad I got what I got and some closure.
All I can say is if $2,800 is all for me to get rid of you, God bless you.
Coming up,
What'd you do bigger?
No, she had asked for the shoe to be bigger. When I made this shoe bigger, I made it taller because the first time she asked for it to be bigger, she then clarified and said, oh, taller.
Justice with Judge Mablean. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. Darian Carter is suing Sheila Wells in the amount of $750. Ms. Carter claims she designed a pair of shoes for Ms. Wells in exchange for the publicity, but says the defendant had them altered, breaking their agreement.
In the matter of Darian Carter and Sheila Wells, you're suing her for $750, which was the cost of a pair of custom shoes.
Yes.
That you made, and she decided she didn't want them, right? Okay, tell me about that.
So I designed a pair of custom shoes for Miss Wells. She had agreed to wear them at a fashion event in exchange for the photos and just the exposure of her wearing the shoes with no alterations. After seeing
With
the
no
photos,
alterations?
yes.
That was the agreement.
The agreement was to have no alterations at all, and that was how I was going to offer her the shoes for free. She decided on the type of shoe that she would want me to make. Out of the different types of, I have several different designs, so I gave her options to choose from. 2 months later, after I'd almost finished the shoe, she reached out and asked if she could completely change the design of the shoe. She wanted a different style completely. She definitely asked me for them bigger. And because we had had a couple of email exchanges previously that took a little while, I clarified and I said, bigger, ? Meaning, what do you mean by bigger? She said, sorry, I meant taller. And I can show you the email exchange here where she simply asked
But
for
you know
them
what, email
bigger.
is, you can show it to me, but that really doesn't show me how the shoe is really changing and how the design is constantly changing.
Coming up,
The way she all made it, my designer friend said, there's no way you can walk in those thin heels with these straps all around your ankles. There's no way.
She took it to her friend and he completely redesigned the entire shoe.
For my safety, Your Honor.
closed captioning provided by. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Darian Carter, who is suing Sheila Wells for breach of contract.
Your whole thing here is design, and you have nothing to show design, right?
I can show you the final design of the shoe that she ended up with.
Okay, where is that?
There's actually a photo in that folder of the final design that she got.
Is this your final design?
Yes. That I had made after she asked me to make it bigger once again and did not clarify what bigger meant.
Well, you're
because
the
of the
designer.
first
You should have asked the question so that you know exactly what she meant by bigger.
Right. There were
That's an
several
easy
times
question.
that I needed the answer right away. The first time she asked for it bigger, she meant taller. So the second time she asked for it bigger, I just went ahead.
So this is
I
your
didn't have
final
much
design
time.
without her altering it.
Exactly.
Where's your final design for what you wore?
I can show you, Your Honor. It's in the folder right here.
So you handed me a picture of two shoes. The shoe on the left is the shoe that you finally, your last design?
Yes, that's the last design that I was expecting to see in the photos that returned from the
No.
event.
Is this the last design that you made?
Yes.
The shoe on the left. Now, what is thicker about that shoe when she said thicker? I mean bigger. What did you do bigger?
No, she had asked for the shoe to be bigger. When I made this shoe bigger, I made it taller because the first time she asked for it to be bigger, she then clarified and said, oh, taller. So the second time
That was
she
for the
asked for it
first
to be
initial
bigger,
design.
I made it taller again.
So that looks tall and narrow.
That's my signature heel.
And so the right shoe is what she actually wore on the carpet.
Right, exactly.
That is a thicker heel and straps are different. The front is different. It looks like a little bow or something at the front. I don't know, it's similar, but different.
Yes, it's
So
definitely not my shoe.
how did you get the same shoe? That's not the same shoe.
Your Honor, it is the same shoe, but the only difference is the heel, which I wanted thicker, which I told her in our exchange of our text.
She told me she wanted it bigger.
Judge Mablean's verdict when Justice with Judge Mablean returns. Promotional consideration provided by. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean.
That is not the same shoe. That shoe has a strap that crisscrosses. That shoe
Your Honor,
has one strap.
That was because my foot was slipping in and out because of the thin heel. I then altered it so my toes were together. The way she made it, my designer friend said, there's no way you can walk in those thin heels with these straps all around your ankles. There's no way.
She took it to her friend and he completely redesigned the entire shoe.
For my safety, Your Honor.
So if you had a friend that could design a shoe, why you had a friend in the first place?
Because I wanted to go with a new person that was more experienced. She has 5 years in the industry. My friend's brand new. He's 23 years old.
But you kept making changes on her, so if you had a friend that could do it, why you go to him in the first place?
I trusted her brand. I really saw.
How did you trust her brand? You know anything about her, and you have a friend who does shoes that you know about.
Well, Your Honor.
And if you trusted her brand, but you end up going to the friend.
In the end, because I couldn't trust her to get me.
Oh, please pay that woman her money. $750 for the plaintiff.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $750.
We agreed no alterations and you had them altered. I'm really glad the judge saw that.
I trusted you to get them to me on time, and I meant wider, not taller.
This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.